I'm Hazel Brown and I just started a 365-day fitness challenge on the 2nd of January 2022. The plan is to try and do some sort of exercise every single day for an entire year. Based on the NHS guidelines, which is the National Health Service in the UK, which is where I live in London, and WHO guidelines, I have interpreted those to come up with this plan for myself. So I'm going to do 5 days of at least half an hour of exercise a week, and then I'm going to have 2 rest days. But on the rest days I am going to do some sort of active rest, so I'm not just going to sit on my butt. I'll go for a long walk, or I can do yoga or Pilates. I've just looked up we can do Tai Chi, so really low impact exercises that help with recovery. Also, what I decided to do during this week was to book myself in for a 3D body image or DEXA scan, and that was to give me a really good baseline of where I started. And then what I will do at the end of the year is do another DEXA scan to kind of see how my body has changed over that time. I don't have like one specific discipline right now. Some of my other videos are based around cycling, and I'm going to be exploring London and the UK, so do check those out. I've posted one about the Viking Coastal Trail, there's another one about me being a novice cyclist, and there's another one where I hired a Santander bike and just rode the Waterloo and City line basically, and I tell you all about what it's like to hire a Santander bike in London, what you need to do, what it feels like, is it worth it, so you can check that out as well. I'll put the links in the description. So that's day 2 done. Some of the yoga poses seemed really simple, but they're actually really difficult, and what I've noticed is, because I've been doing a lot of cycling over the last year or so, my legs are super tight, so stuff that I would have been able to do. I've never been very flexible with my hamstrings and hips anyway, hip flexors anyway, but it was really difficult this time round because of not having stretched enough for a long time. But yeah, day 2 complete. That's the most I've sweated in ages, and I can feel it in some of my muscles, which is really good. I like feeling the, the muscle burn. Good morning! I have just ordered myself a indoor smart bike, which I'm really excited about. So that arrives on Tuesday, and I can do all the fancy, or try out all the fancy cycling apps as well. So day 1, I did 6,000 steps and some stretches for about half an hour. Day 2, I did Vinyasa Flow Yoga for an hour. Apologies if I haven't said that correctly. So day 3, I did 10 minutes of cardio, and then I did a 25-minute body weight HIIT workout. Day 4, I was actually a little bit ill, so I had a complete rest day, so I broke my own rule already. But I will make up for that soon. Day 5, I did 45 minutes of Pilates. Day 6, I did a pretty tough HIIT resistance workout with dumbbells. I only went for 1 kilo dumbbells this time, and that made me sweat, so that was good. And then day 7, I was supposed to be a rest day, but I ended up thinking I was doing an active rest, which was Pilates, but then the Pilates was like upper body and abs, and it was 30 minutes, but it was with dumbbells again, so it wasn't the most chilled out rest day. Today I'm off for a full body scan, which measures like body fat, muscle, bone density, and it's also, I'm going to do a 3D image of myself as well.
It's there to protect us all. Some exemptions apply.
So I'm just out of Liverpool Street Station, and it's really windy, so hopefully this will pick it up. Yes, I'm going to go do this 3D body scan and DEXA scan, so I'm quite excited to see what it brings up, but I would be lying if I'd say I wasn't nervous. See you on the other side. This is Finsbury Circus, which is literally 2 minutes from where I'm going. So it looks like all of the places along here are like medical and sports type things. I didn't realise how close. I cycle past here all the time. I didn't realise how close it was. But there you go. So I've just finished with the body scan, and it was really interesting. It was like two guys who ran the fitness centre, and they're quite new. So they started in 2020, and the guy that I had started in September. Turns out he runs a fitness podcast as well. But that was really, it was really interesting. It wasn't too medical at all. He's thrown loads and loads of numbers at me, but he did his best to explain, and going to catch up on the email. So it's really good to have like a base level of where to start. I just got back from the scan, and I've been through the email that he sent, and he's added some really useful notes and stuff like that. And sort of gone through the measurements a bit more, because in the thing there were so many numbers I did feel a little bit overwhelmed, but he was really nice and tried to explain as much as possible. But because I've never looked at these metrics before, it was quite difficult to know what I was looking at, and we kind of set like a target for the next 3 months. So I reckon what I could do, because I've booked 2 DEXA scans, so I'm going to do one at the end of the 12 months, but I think it might be really interesting to pop back and do the 3D body image, because at least that gives you a full picture of your body shape and like where stuff sits and things like that. It's definitely a little bit of work to do. Day 6 today. So I've done the body scan today, and I've just done a HIIT workout with dumbbells. So I just went for 1 kilo dumbbells, which is super light. I used to work with 4 and 5. Or I used to do a lot of body resistance stuff. But yeah, I wanted to start light. I'm sweating and feeling good. Although I'm sure when I used to do aerial training, this half an hour HIIT was just the warm up, and then we would do the aerials. So when I get my bike next week, I'm gonna do that and then do cycling as well, I think, and try and like up it as much as I can. This is the end of week 1. I just want to tell you a little bit about yesterday, and I've been interpreting my results. So with a DEXA scan and even the 3D body image photo, which is 2 things. So the DEXA scan kind of takes it's like an X-ray machine, which passes over your entire body, and you can tell like bone density, lean muscle mass, and fat percentage. And also the 3D body scanner takes a 360-degree photo. Okay, so I've got to be honest, I've got my notebook here because I had to write some stuff down. So I'm nearly an inch shorter than I thought I was, or a couple of centimetres shorter. So I've been walking around saying I've been 5'9" for years, and apparently I'm just over 5'8", which is I think it's 5'8.2. But for the metric, those who work in metric, that is 173.3 centimetres. My weight is at the heaviest I've ever been. I'm 34 and my weight is 72.1 kilos. They did your bone density, which as a female is, I think, really important to know. So my bone density is fine. And my body composition was quite interesting. So I think this is the most unhealthy I've ever been. I've never really been done a lot of fitness. I'm just like average 30 something, I suppose. Pre-pandemic, I did quite intense training for 6 months, and I was at the most lean I'd ever been. I've never done one of these scans before, so I can't give you these percentages. But I'm just going to tell you, I'll just drop a photo here just to show you what I looked like just as the pandemic hit, because I was really proud of where I'd got to and how I felt. I loved feeling strong, so I'm definitely up for building my muscle back again. So my body fat was 32.1%. The healthy target is under 30%. So I've been really unhealthy the last few months. I've eaten loads of takeaways, not really eating much fresh food, not really done any exercise. So I feel like this is the very, very bottom line of where I am going to be. And my lean mass is only 15.7%, and they say for women you should aim for 16.8%. My muscle balance is good across my body. My target basically is to keep it really simple, is to increase my lean muscle mass. And when I was training quite heavily, like my muscle built up very quickly. So I was doing about 3 hours a week. So an hour and a half on Mondays, an hour and a half on Fridays, and sometimes I drop in an extra class as well. So that's to increase my lean muscle mass and then to drop my body fat down to 29%. That's it for the DEXA scan. What was it like? It was fine. I'm not very good in medical environments, so I wasn't sure how I was going to feel. But the chap at the company made me feel really chilled and he was really friendly. So yeah, it was pretty straightforward really. What I may do after 3 months, or like 12 weeks, is pop back to do one of the 3D body images, which basically gives you all of your measurements and it gives you a picture of your body. This is my report and this is what I look like from the inside. Not affiliated with this company in any way, but I went to a company called My Vital Metrics in Finsbury Circus. It's run by just 2 guys. They started in 2020. So thanks to Matt at My Vital Metrics for going through the information and making the experience quite a chilled one. Overall, I've had a pretty positive start to my 1-year challenge. It's only week 1. I did find it hard to get going at first, but yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen and where it will take me. So please follow along on my Instagram, which is Hazel Explores with a 0, and I'll be posting daily stories kind of explaining what my fitness journey is and how I'm finding it. And if you're doing your own journey or challenge or just interested in getting more into fitness, then please message me, let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe because it really helps the channel. Check in with me every Sunday to see how I'm progressing, how I'm getting on. Can I make it? Can I do it for an entire year? It's not an easy challenge. It's not a 30-day challenge. It's following my progress for the entire year. And I don't, as I said before, I don't have like a specific discipline. I'm just experimenting with different things at the moment to see what works. Join me, check in on my YouTube, check in on my Instagram, and I'll see you next week.